Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, and it's the weekly update on my pineapple guavas or Feijoas. It's filmed on the 22nd of October, although I might not have time to publish it on that day. Just going to show you predominantly my Triumph. There's been not much growth on it. This is the largest fruit, which is certainly, I'm convinced, is larger than the largest one I had last year. So I decided to put a bag round it. I've never had any signs of birds or squirrels or any other animals interested in these fruits at the moment. But nevertheless, I thought I'd put a bag round it because it's the best one I've got. And also I thought that might protect it from the heavy winds we've had that knocked all my custard apple fruits off. So it's worth protecting that one. There are now several other decent sized fruits on the tree. That one's not as big, but you can see it's a reasonable size. It's probably as big as a chicken's egg. There's plenty more coming elsewhere on it, getting close to being an edible size. It's not been a particularly good summer weather-wise, but nevertheless this one did set a number of fruit. All I did was remove a few sort of half-dead flowers and tiny fruitlets on it that set much later than the others, as they clearly weren't going to get to an edible size. Said hopefully we're going to get some edible fruits in a couple of weeks' time. You never quite know how they're going to ripen in our climate, if there's going to be any sweetness. I got my first ones last year, but they weren't, to be honest, very sweet or juicy or tasty, so I'm hoping for a little bit better this year. It seems to me that the ripening of them and dropping gets triggered by particularly cold weather, and it hasn't been particularly cold yet, so obviously there is a hope that these will continue to grow for another week or two. I'll just move quickly to, this is my unnamed seedling one that produced golf ball size fruits last year that were completely round. I cut it back very heavily in February and that completely messed up its fruiting. It's not going to have any fruits on it that are an edible size, but I'm not bothered because it did flower heavily and I used the flowers to cross-pollinate my Triumph. Which is what this tree is for, really, cross-pollination, because the fruits on it aren't any good at all, but you can see they're far too small to be edible. Not much more optimism on my mammoth tree. The fruits are very small on it. It's highly unlikely that these will get to what I call there's one down there as well, one higher up on the tree. I don't believe they'll get to what I would consider be an edible size. I think they'll probably be too dry and grainy and bitter inside, but at least it has set fruits, which is promising for next year. I'll probably give it a bit of a light prune up at the top to try and encourage it to send more flowers out, because what it didn't do was flower much. I'm going to give that a prune. Probably you can do them in November and you can probably also do them in February, and as I don't know how cold the winter's going to be, I'll probably leave it to February. There's another fruit there as well. Whoops, so we can get to him. With some minor damage on it was caused by a flower petal sitting on the skin, but again that's not going to be what I consider to be an edible size. There's a little bit more hope on the other side in my pot grown ones. The one that I think might produce a couple of fruits is the Gemini. It's certainly got two, you can see one fruit there. It's got two fruits that look to me as if they'll be edible size and they'll be bigger than last year. So I'd be interested to try Gemini properly. The Triumph and the Mammoth I've got over here didn't set any fruit, but I'm going to cut them back hard in the spring and see if I can force flowering. They might need repotting as well. Perhaps it could well be that the roots are a little bit restricted for the size of the plants and it's holding back on the flowering. But and my Coolidge has one small fruit on it as well. I don't know if I better show it to you. There we are there. That's Coolidge. Might be edible by early November if the cold weather doesn't cause it to drop. And in fact, I've just noticed there's another one up there as well. Again, similar. So that's on Coolidge. I've never tasted that one before. Be interested to see if it's a good eater. So anyway, that was just a very quick update on the pineapple guavas and how they're progressing. Weekly one, next one will be at the end of October or perhaps the 1st of November. But thanks for watching the video. If you have done so and you're following the development of these fruits, much appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. Obviously you can share the video if you think anyone's interested. Please subscribe to my channel. And remember to click on the bell if you do want to know when the update videos come out. I'll catch up with you all soon. Brett out for now.